So, good morning to all of you. Today, we will begin with our What After Gate session related to your IITs, NITs, and SPAs, where we will also understand what are the different streams that are being offered, different courses that these institutes are offering, what are the prerequisite criteria to take admission into these various institutes for respective fields courses, and towards the end of the lecture, then we will have a question and answer session. Okay. So if you see just a brief about GATE, roughly every year we have around 9 to 10,000 students who appear for the paper. So even this year we had around 9,000 students who had given the paper. Now, why is GATE important, or how would it help you? Is primarily to pursue your career further or your higher education after graduation, let's say into teaching or maybe government job or any private sector job. So today our major focus is on this, that is, what can you do with your GATE score? And in case if you've not qualified GATE, that is absolutely okay. What are the options if you've not qualified as well? So if you talk from the academic perspective, or let's say you want to pursue higher studies, so you have two options with your GATE score, that is either pursue post graduation or go for a PhD. So with respect to post graduation, you have different streams. You have masters in architecture, masters in planning, M.Tech, M.Des from IITs, IISc, NITs, SPAs, and various other central universities. Where if you've qualified GATE, you would be given a stipend of 12,400 for roughly around the 2 year duration, around 22 months. And for PhD, if you wish to pursue PhD after your, let's say some of you might have completed your masters, or some of you might have completed your graduation and wish to, are very clear that you want to get into teaching or academics. So PhD would be the better path. So we will discuss about PhD also towards the end. And how is GATE score also helpful to you is with respect to getting a government job. So very recently, if you guys must be aware, your Airport Authority of India, AAI, has issued a notification regarding recruitment of candidates through their GATE score for the year 2024. So this way, various public sector undertakings which are run by your government also recruit candidates based on their GATE score. Now, with respect to our post graduation, let's dwell a little bit more into your post graduation, then we'll come to PhD. So with PG or post graduation, you have options. With a GATE score, you can join your IITs, NITs, SPAs, and other government funded institutes like IISc, IIRS, Jamia Millia, etc. Now, even for SPAs, if you see, SPA Delhi does not consider GATE score for taking admission for candidates. And as far as SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada are concerned, they have a system where they take some candidates based on their GATE score, and a few candidates are taken or admitted without the GATE score. So that is through your direct admission process based on your SOP, portfolio, and interview, and whatever test that they might conduct, right? So, for candidates who wish to pursue your masters from SPAs or these premier institutes, you don't have to really worry about GATE, is what we would say. And in case without a GATE score, there are other options also, like state government colleges, where the state governments conduct their respective CETs, or you also have options of SEPT and other various private institutes, right? So let's look at what all stream choices do we have with respect to after completing your graduation and after, let's say, giving GATE or graduation for that matter. So if you see, the courses can be divided into four broad categories, that is M-Plan, MArch, M.Des and M.Tech. Now, under M plan, we have various different streams like urban planning, city planning, regional planning, urban and regional planning, environment, transportation, housing, right? In MArch, we have sustainable architecture, landscape, conservation, and urban design. For M.Des, it is again divided into various smaller parameters like communication design, industrial design, retail design, IT integrated design, textile apparel, lifestyle accessory design. And for M.Tech, we have courses related to construction management or building engineering management, infrastructure, geomatics, geoinformatics, GIS and remote sensing, technology, innovation and entrepreneurship, environmental management of rivers and lakes, which is offered by IITs, disaster mitigation and management, drinking water and sanitation courses related to M.Tech. After, let's say, you've completed your bachelor's in architecture or bachelor's in planning. A few also offer or take candidates from civil engineering background. So let's just look at it one by one. So starting with your M plan. So under M plan, talking about the stream of urban planning, you have IIT Kharagpur, IIT Roorkee. And in NITs, you have NIT Calicut, Jaipur, Nagpur, VNIT Nagpur, NIT Surat, and Manet Bhopal, who offer these courses related to urban planning. And in SPAs, all the three SPAs do offer courses for urban planning. So if you see urban planning, it's primarily focusing at a city level understanding, city scale, right? With respect to how the urban development should be shaped. And if you look at the IITs, for example, IIT Kharagpur offers it under the name of Masters in City Planning, and IIT Roorkee offers it under the name of Masters in Urban and Regional Planning. Coming to the NITs, we have NIT Calicut. So these are these tabs that you will see ahead also in the further slides are with respect to the different cutoffs for the year 2023-24. So after considering the GATE 2023 score for the academic year 23-24, these were the cutoffs for respective NITs. So talking about NIT Calicut, for we had the basic cutoff between 612 to 545 for urban planning. For NIT Jaipur, again it was between 623 to 526. For VNIT Nagpur, around 506 to 484. So candidates with this score had easily gotten in the first round. For NIT Surat, 467 to 405. And Manet Bhopal, again, the course is under the name of Urban Development, where you had the cutoff of 545 to 444. Now, if you compare, if you see these cutoffs, these are somewhere lesser or lower cutoffs, or the numbers are lesser than as compared to the previous year. That is your GATE scores of 22, right? So here the cutoffs have gone lower last year in the year 2023. Coming to again, NIT Patna offers the course in urban planning under the name of Urban and Regional Planning, where we had a cutoff of between 506 to 423. You had IIST Shibpur in Kolkata, again offering the course under the same name, where we had a cutoff of 556 to 411. Now coming to SPA Delhi, SPA Delhi has a course in Masters in Urban Planning specifically, and a different course in Regional Planning, Masters in Regional Planning. So for SPA Delhi, the primary criteria is the examination that they conduct. What is your performance in that? If you have a GATE score, it's okay, but it's not given that much weightage. More important is your portfolio, your interview, the SOP that you write and send while applying, and in case if you have a work experience. So primarily, these are the factors that are important along with your academic course from your graduation. Okay, so this is the criteria for SPA Delhi for any of the courses, if you see. Coming to SPA Bhopal, like I said, that SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada have these courses, or for their intake of students, they have divided it into two ways. That is, taking few candidates through direct admission and a few based on their gate score through the CCMT process. So, regarding the CCMT process, also we will be having another session once the dates for that are out as to how to apply and what is the process. But till then, let's look at this. So, under SPA Bhopal, the course is in the name of Urban and Regional Planning. Well, last year, the cutoff was between 657 to 623 for Urban and Regional Planning. For SPA Vijayawada, it was between 662 to 573. Then coming to specific only regional planning, which is offered only by SPA Delhi across India. So under regional planning, if you see what exactly does it cover is, unlike in urban planning where primary focus is at the city level, right? Or only at the urban level. In the regional planning, you have a larger area, larger scale, where you have, along with your cities and towns, even your villages would be a part of that region, right? Do all of you agree with this? Your villages will also be a part of a larger region. And that is where the focus is. Coming to masters in planning with respect to housing. Now, again, with respect to housing, what is the focus of these institutes is not only about how these apartments would be designed or anything of that sort, what we learn in architecture, but primarily here the understanding is with respect to large scale housing shortage, large scale housing issues at the city level, regional level, etc. Right? How to cater to various government schemes related to slums. All of these factors come under your housing planning. So we have two institutes, that is NIT Bhopal and SPA Delhi, who offer these courses. So for SPA Delhi, the process for application is the same through their direct admission process. And for NIT Bhopal, through the CCMT portal, last year the cutoff was between 668 to 377. Then coming to transportation planning or engineering. Now, various institutes offer this course in various names. So, your IITs are offering this course under the name of transportation engineering. NIT, SPAs are offering it under engineering and planning. So, if we see, you have IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, IIT Roorkee, and Bhubaneswar offering transportation engineering. You have NIT Warangal, which is one of the IITs that is offering this course, and you have all the three SPAs offering this course. So in transportation, if you see what is the primary focus in transportation planning, it's with respect to the planning and functional design of your modes of transportation that are used at your city or urban level. So right from your buses, right, your BRTS to your metros, all of these LRTs, all of these are a part of your transportation planning. Identification of various problems related to traffic, conducting various surveys. How can the transportation system of a particular city or an urban space be made more efficient is what the focus or the crux of these courses are. So again, for IITs, like I said, we have all these four. IIT Delhi offers it under the M.Tech uh, criteria for transportation. NIT Warangal, last again, it offers the course under the name of transportation engineering, like IITs. And for the uh, cutoff, we had the score between 595 to 490. For SPA Bhopal, the course name is, you will get a M-Plan degree for transport planning and logistics management, where the cutoff was 556 to 517. And SPA Vijayawada offers it under the name of transport planning itself, where the cutoff was higher than SPA Bhopal last year, 636 to 456. Moving on to the next stream, that is environmental planning. So primarily, what is the work of environmental planners? Is understanding the impact of your urbanization development on the environment at the local, regional scale level, right? And to work towards protecting those. So same, you have all the three SPAs which offer courses in environmental planning specifically. So if you see last year, the cutoff for SPA Bhopal was between 506 to 496. And for SPA Vijayawada, it was 539 to 472. Now coming to MArch. Now in MArch, you have various courses. We have various institutes having different criterias. For example, SPA Delhi uh, takes candidates who've completed their bachelor's in architecture only for various courses like urban design and landscape, whereas for SPA Bhopal, the criterias are a bit different. So we will be discussing that later on when we are having a different session on SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada. So for urban design, what is the main crux? It is understanding what is in the public domain, understanding how the neighborhoods or how these public spaces in your cities can be made more user friendly, how they could be integrated into the development of the city. So you have all the three SPAs offering you this course. So again, the criteria for SPA Delhi is the same like I mentioned earlier. For urban design, for SPA Bhopal, the cutoff was 578 to 528 last year. And for Vijayawada, 601 to 517, higher than your SPA Bhopal for last year. For landscape, again, it's the same. All the three SPAs are offering this course. Where again, for SPA Delhi is the same criteria. SPA Bhopal, the cutoff last year was 636 to 363. And for SP Vijayawada, it was between 557 to 442. Coming to conservation, again, what is the primary focus is of safeguarding the heritage, existing heritage that we have, which is of which is invaluable, and carrying on that legacy ahead. So here again, in all these three SPAs, you have this course. So last year for SPA Bhopal, the cutoff was between 428 to 389. And for Vijayawada, it was between 484 to 405. Now, sustainable architecture, if I may talk about, uh, we have NITs, you have NIT Hamirpur, Tirchi, and Patna offering course in sustainable architecture. And we have only SPA Vijayawada among the three SPAs who are offering this course. So here again, this is an upcoming field where it is more with concern to the rising urbanization and how can we make our resources more optimum utilization of these resources for the future generations, right? So if you see for NIT Tirchi, the score, the degree name is, or the course is offered under the name of Energy Efficient and Sustainable Architecture, where last year the cutoff was between 645 to 525. For NIT Hamirpur, between 539 to 422, the course is offered in the name of Sustainable Architecture. And for NIT Patna, again, the course is offered with the same name of Sustainable Architecture, and the cutoff was between 523 to 381. So coming to SPA Vijayawada, uh, we have the cutoff was between 752 to 657. This is considered one of the best courses that SPA Vijayawada offers. Even if you look at this, the cutoff is quite high as compared to the other courses that the institute is offering. Right? Then coming to M.Des. Now in M.Des, you have different streams or different specializations. So you have M.Des in furniture design, M.Des in industrial design, M.Des in product design. right? Where you are primarily, the focus is on designing of these objects that are, and how you can make those best for the user. That is the entire focus of M.Des. So you have IIT Roorkee, IIT Kanpur, IISc Bangalore, SPA Delhi offering these courses. You also have NIDs, National Institute of Design, and NIFTs, right, who offer various courses. So NIFT offers more in terms of your textile and apparel design. So coming to IIT Roorkee for M.Des Industrial Design, the intake is of 20, where they require a prerequisite of a graduate degree in any discipline where you had mathematics and one mathematics as a subject in your 10 plus 2 and a valid gate score, or a seed score would also be fine for M.Des at IIT Roorkee. Coming to IISc Bangalore, again, the course is under the name of Center for Product Design and Manufacturing, where you have an intake of 18 students for IISc Bangalore, where again, the criteria or prerequisite is your bachelor's degree in architecture or design with a valid seed or a gate score. Right. So even in their selection criteria, 70% weightage would be on the score of seed or gate and 30% on the written test and interview. So here the focus is on product design and engineering at IISc Bangalore. And for SPA Delhi, again, it's the same criteria of their direct admission process, where primary weightage is with respect to your interview and your portfolio. Now coming to M.Tech. Now you have various different streams in M.Tech, like I discussed at the beginning. So you have project and construction management. So you have IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, and NIT Warangal, Surathkal, and Surat offering these courses. Right. So here it is primarily focusing on the project activities in order to meet the stakeholder needs and expectations, services including procurement of land, appointment of various consultants, coordinating between them, and overseeing the overall work of a particular project till it is completed and handed over. So for NITs, you have for NIT Surat, the cutoff was 566 to 462. So the course is in the name of Construction Technology and Management. NIT Surathkal, again, 630 to 554. And for NIT Warangal, 673 to 509. So NIT Warangal is considered one of the best NITs for the course of project management and construction management. Then for infrastructure system, again, this here, the primary focus is on your basic physical infrastructure services, like your transportation facilities, network infrastructure, water supply, drainage, etc. So you have IIT Kharagpur, IIT Guwahati, and IIT Bombay who are offering these courses in detail. So at IIT Bombay, again, it is in a twofold way, where at IIT Bombay, here the course is offered under urban systems as one, where last year the cutoff was 650. And they have another course called as Technology and Development, Sitara, where the cutoff was 500 last year. Now, coming to geoinformatics and natural resources engineering, IIT Bombay offers a course for geoinformatics, where last year again the cutoff was 400 for the same. Coming to BEM, which is offered by SPA Delhi and SPA Vijayawada. So again, here it is considered as a similar course to your project management, right from design, development, construction stages, and use of your technology in the entire construction process. So with respect to SPA Vijayawada, last year the cutoff was between 623 to 557. Now, in GIS and remote sensing, we have NIT Warangal, NIT Allahabad, IIST Shibpur, and IIRS Dehradun. So, in GIS and remote sensing, primary focus is with respect to use of these technology and softwares in understanding your urban level data, urban level structures, right from having these unmanned aerial surveys, remote sensing with respect to urban administration, e-governance, and collection of these data, again, using for your urban infrastructure, urban system. So for NIT Warangal, the course is in the name of Remote Sensing and Geographic Information Systems, where the cutoff last year was between 729 to 450. For NIT Allahabad, the course is in the name of Geoinformatics, where the cutoff was 565 to 444. For Shibpur, again, the name is the same, Geoinformatics, and the score was between 429 to 361. For IIRS Dehradun, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, which is an undertaking or which is under ISRO. So they have this M.Tech course in remote sensing and GIS with specialization in all of these fields. So as students of architecture or planning, urban and regional studies is what primarily is the most suitable and also where the eligibility criteria fits in for this course. Now coming to institute-wise courses or just summing up your entire, giving you a summary of different institutes and the courses they offer. So coming to the IITs, at IIT Roorkee, we have transportation engineering, disaster management, geomatics, masters in architecture, masters in urban and rural planning, environmental management and of rivers and lakes, and M.Des. IIT Bhubaneswar, we have transportation engineering. IIT Bombay, again, geoinformatics and natural resources engineering, urban systems, and technology and development. So these courses, all of these courses are primarily where the eligibility criteria of graduation in architecture or planning is applicable or needed, right? So along with a few courses for civil engineering. IIT Delhi, you have transportation, engineering, and construction management. IIT Madras, again, the same. IIT Guwahati, you have environmental engineering, infrastructure engineering, and management, and M.Des. At IIT Kanpur, again, Masters of Design. IIT Kanpur is more known for its Masters of Design course, as compared to the other IITs for the M.Des course. And IIT Kanpur also offers Masters in Structural Engineering. IISc Bangalore, Masters of Design, and IIT Kharagpur, Masters in City Planning and Infrastructure Design and Management. Coming to SPA Delhi, so this is the seat metrics for this year, the current year, where you have courses related to conservation, urban design, landscape, BEM, industrial design, environmental planning, housing, regional planning, transport, and urban planning. For SPA Bhopal, there are total of 188 seats throughout the entire all the courses put together, out of which 133 seats are directly filled. So out of this 188, 133 are filled through their through the CCMT process on the basis of your seed score or your gate score. And for the remaining 75, this is through the direct admission process. So again, they also offer you masters in urban design, landscape conservation, urban and regional planning, urban planning, environmental planning, transportation and logistic management, and masters of design. For SPA Vijayawada, all the programs that they offer under the Department of Architecture or Planning, for all the courses, there are total of 25 seats per course or per program, under which out of those 25, 13 seats will be filled through your CCMT process based on your GATE score, and the remaining 12 seats are filled through your direct admission under at SPA Vijayawada. So here you have again one important stream, that is sustainable architecture, and SPA Vijayawada's course of sustainable architecture is very renowned. Then you have landscape conservation, BEM, urban design, and M.Des. And under Department of Planning, you have environmental planning, urban and regional, and transport planning. To sum it up with the NITs, you have urban planning at various NITs, you have urban and regional planning, you have housing, urban development at MANIT Bhopal or NIT Bhopal. You have construction technology management at these other NITs, Surathkal, Warangal, Surat, and sustainable architecture at even at Central University, Rajasthan, and the other three NITs, that is Hamirpur, Tiruchi, and Patna. Now, coming to the last part, that is options without gate rank or gate scores. So, yes, we also have other premium institutes like all the three SPAs where you can definitely get into without a gate score, or even if you've not qualified gate score, and that is perfectly okay. You have Jamia Millia, which conducts its own test and own admission process. You have Aligarh Muslim University. You have various other private institutes also like DCRAS. You have COEP Pune, which is again offering courses related to planning. You also have CEPT University. Now, again, in CEPT also different under the domains of architecture, planning, technology. You have various other courses, right from architectural design to conservation to urban research, housing, urban design, geomatics, structural engineering, furniture design, and urban management. Other than that, we also have various private universities like Amity, D.Y. Patil, Sushant School of Architecture, who offer various master's courses, and state universities where these states, respective states, conduct their exams, their CET exams for the process of admitting students for master's program at the state colleges. So you have Uttar Pradesh government, Maharashtra government, Karnataka, Telangana, and Gujarat government who conduct these CETs at present for their respective states. Now coming to the last part, that is options for PhD. Now, how many of you are planning to pursue PhD? Let's say you've completed masters and want to pursue PhD, or maybe in the longer run plan to go for a PhD and get into academics. Okay, Maria is there. Who else? Anybody? Okay, so for PhD, if you see again, there are two ways. First is after your graduation, you go for your PG, and after your PG, then the PhD. That is one way where again in PhD you have all your IITs, NITs, and SPAs offering you various PhD programs for the same, along with a stipend. If you've qualified GATE, you would be getting a stipend between 37 to 42,000 per month. And there are a few institutes like ISER, Indian Institute of Science Education Research, right, who offer direct PhD programs after completing your graduation. Again, here the eligibility criteria is what the you have to complete your graduation in architecture with a certain amount of score, or average should be beyond 6.5 CGPA. And after completing graduation, you can immediately go on to PhD. So this is under the Department of Humanities and Development. Humanities and Development Studies, right? So this is what iCerts are offering. So candidates who are very, very clear that you want to get into academics and uh, have just finished graduation, this would also be a good option to directly go for PhD after your graduation, as institutes are offering that as well. So with that, we come to the end of this session for now in terms of understanding which colleges or which institutes offer what courses. Now we would take up questions regarding the same. So please put in your questions into the chat box. And I would request you guys to switch on your cameras as well. Okay, I see a few questions in the chat box. I'll start with those. Cutoff for IIT Roorkee and Kharagpur. So see, the thing is that IIT Delhi, IIT Kharagpur, Roorkee, they don't disclose their cutoffs. So we will be sharing a PDF later on in your WhatsApp group and the other group that you are in, where we have sorted out based on the candidates or the selected students from Exam Assure who have gotten into these institutes. So from that data, we have prepared a chart with respect to what has been the cutoff, tentative cutoff. So we will be sharing those PDFs directly. So rather than giving any number right now, we would be sharing that. Coming to Akanksha Roy's question, which NITs offer urban design? So it is only your SPAs which are currently offering urban design master's courses. Okay, Harshit and Harsh, same, like I've already addressed the IIT cutoff question. For JJ College MHCET, yes, you need to give the Maharashtra government CET for JJ College. Okay, what about government jobs? So, like I said initially, you have various institutions, PSUs, who are recruiting via your GATE score. Other than that, you have different governments, state governments who conduct their respective exams for different posts that they come up with. Okay, VK. Is there any specific thing that you would like me to address? Please put it in the chat box. Akanka, how should I order the list of colleges for the counseling process? Do I filter priorities? What college should be at the top? What at the bottom? How do I prepare for interviews? Okay. So, okay. We'll go one by one. Akanka, see, firstly, get clarity on what course or where does your interest lie. Is it in the field of design? Is it in the field of planning, or what is it? So first, get your interest clear. After that, based on the PPT that I've just spoken about or whatever we've just discussed, based on that, you can try and filter out colleges or based on your priorities, right? So in terms of ranking or in terms of priorities, we would say that you have your IITs and SPAs and then your NITs, which offer good courses. Now, again, this varies from course to course in each institute. Like if you see NIT Tirchi has got the best course on sustainable architecture, even better than what SPAs or IITs are offering, right? So this would vary on course to course. In terms of interview, if you are applying through the CCMT process, it's a direct admission process. There's no need of interviews. And as far as SPAs are concerned, we will be conducting sessions on the process of application for SPAs. And like we've conducted one yesterday already. So for SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada, we'll be having one soon. If I apply for CPM, will other guy who is a civil student with me, with the same AIR as me, get higher spot of reference? Yes, it is primarily based on your gate rank. Again, but there is a cumulative, what do you say, marking sort of a thing where even your civil engineering has some sort of cutoffs. Okay, so it depends on institute to institute again. In case of planning, planning has become hard for me to differentiate from, and other prospects of these different levels of planning same. Or they are quite different. Regional is for the entire region, which includes your maybe uh, 2, 3 states could form a region. For example, your NCR, right? Urban is primarily focusing more on a smaller scale, smaller city, town. So these are your differences, basic differences. You can get in touch with the team. We can have a detailed discussion on this. Okay, Akanka. Cutoff for SPA Bhopal for urban planning. So I will just reshare my slide, just a minute. Yes, so for SPA Bhopal, the cutoff was between 657 to 623. Okay. Elaborate about the procedure for PhD at ISER. So basically, ISERs, different ISERs across the country, they come up with their PhD notifications, and they also take candidates who've completed their graduation. So it is like, for example, if you see SPAs or IITs, the basic criteria is that you should have completed your master's, right? Whereas at ISER, if you have completed your graduation, then you can also go for PhD at ISER. That's a base criteria. And again, it is the Department of Humanities and Development Studies which are offering these at ISER. So again, some under this, again, you have a broad umbrella related to social studies, related to history of architecture, varying, and it varies completely from each ISER to ISER. Okay, Nega? Mm, does AIR affect in admission or totally depends on score? Yes, your score and AIR are interrelated. Now, for SPAs, it would not be that effective, but for IITs, yes, it's very, very important, Vishant. Uh, After giving seed exam, can we also get stipend like we get for GATE for M.Des? Yes, you will. Yes, Diksha. Is it better to go for job and then masters or direct masters after graduation? So see, for some candidates who have that clarity that, okay, I want to join this particular stream, okay, you can directly go for your masters. But in case for some candidates who are still a bit confused as to what their liking is, and which is absolutely okay to take your time. So, for example, when I completed my graduation, I took a year to do a job and to get a better idea as to where my liking is and where my interest lies primarily. And then I went on to do my master's from SPA Bhopal. So that is what it is about, what you like and what where your interest lies. Okay. Anish, can you please say about entrance exam at SPA Vijayawada? So again, SPA Vijayawada has a direct admission process as well as through your GATE score. Like I just mentioned, out of 25 seats total for all the courses, each course having 25 seats, 13 are admitted through your CCMT process or GATE score basis, and 12 seats are filled through direct admission. We will be conducting separate sessions for SPA Bhopal and SPA Vijayawada soon. So we will let you know in the groups as well, where like yesterday, we will be having an interactive session with those students who are currently pursuing their masters over there. Okay, Harsh, at present, it is Airport Authority of India who has come up with this uh, job recruitment for through your GATE score. And currently, it's only AAI. Okay. So Anthony, people who go for geoinformatics, what degree is awarded at the end? So it is usually M.Tech degree, not M plan. It is M.Tech degree. Environmental planning, which SP is better, accordingly, every perspective. So, in some cases, again, it is said that SP Delhi has a lot more exposure, but the faculties at your SPA, Vijayawada, and Bhopal are also really good. Why Delhi has more exposure? Because the capital, you have more networking, more access to data, more access to the government offices, and because all the cream professions for all, cream from all professions are there. So you have your experienced government retired employees, or like we discussed in yesterday's session also, that you have the chairperson of TCPO who's coming as a faculty, also as a visiting faculty at SPA Delhi. So that is an added advantage. Okay. uh Karunya, I've qualified. Yes, you will get through the direct process. Don't worry, just wait for the CCMT process to start. There are multiple rounds. So we will have a session on that. Don't worry. Which, how much SPA Delhi BEM is different from IIT construction management? Okay. So SPA Delhi BEM is primarily, again, the idea behind this, or again with this course, both have, it's more in terms of construction management only, but SPA Delhi, it's more from your architectural perspective, or more architecture base oriented, whereas for construction management, or take at any IIT, it is more technical driven, right? Because again, if you see, primarily IITs are engineering institutes, whereas SPAs, the core is for architecture and planning. Okay, SPA-D or SEPT has written exam for few courses. How will the exam be? Like general aptitude brief? So different departments have different exams. Okay, and it's primarily more on the particular course. So for urban design, let's say the questions will be related to urban design. For conservation, related to conservation, right? Not more of general aptitude. Okay, Harshit, how to apply for PSU? What is a good score? So you can go on the link or the website. We'll share the link also in the group for the airport authority with respect to the application. I think it's already circulated earlier. Pratyusha, for urban planning, what is the probability of getting a chance into SPB or V for non-gate, no experience? There is ample amount of chance, even if you've not qualified gate or otherwise, because you have the direct admission process, which is a much added advantage. Okay, it's again based on your interview, your portfolio, and how you answer the panel. That is again going to be a major criteria. There have been batchmates, even when I was there, who had not qualified gates. Some did not have experience also, right? But they were still admitted into the institute, and that is absolutely okay. It's primarily based on your academic score, your if you don't have experience, of course, your academic score and the skill set that you bring, or the way you answer in the interview. That is what matters. Okay. Which colleges or courses have better placement opportunities? All SPAs and IITs as well as NITs have that. For infrastructure system, which college is more suitable? Again, if you see, you have IITs also offering this, so you can look up into that. For infrastructure, again, IITs have a better, what do you say, cost structure. How does AIR ranks have a role? It is in terms of the AIR rank and gate score that these cutoffs are based on. Soumya. Okay, Maria, can you elaborate on this? What is the criteria? You don't need to publish a paper or something. Okay, they have their separate exam, and different ISRs have different criteria. But let's say take the example of ISR at Pune, right? So there you need a particular CGPA of an average beyond a particular score. So I think it's around 6.5 or something at your graduation. If you've completed your graduation and the average is beyond 6.5, you can go for application. Again, they have their interview process and other detailed process. Okay. Your gate score is 620. That would be fine. That's not an issue. The deadline is still not yet out. Okay, they've not yet what do you say, put up the advertisement. What is the admission procedure for SEPT? And yes, so SEPT has its own separate admission procedure where you have interviews, you have their respective tests that you have to give. Placement range for IIT construction management somewhere between 8 to 12, 15 LPA per annum. Uh, People who go for geoinformatics, what degrees awarded at the end of the course as an architect? So you would be offered M.Tech in geoinformatics as a degree. Even with low score in GATE, is it possible to get? Yes, yes, absolutely, Adarsh. You can get admission into SPAs, any of the SPAs, even if it's a low score or even if somebody is not cleared GATE, they can still. Personally, even I have batchmates who had not cleared GATE, right? And they were still with me studying at SPA. So it's fine. It's only on the basis of your interview and portfolio, where in the direct admission, that is what matters. Is it possible to defer admission to next year? No. Is there website application available for SPA Delhi, Vijayawada without gate score? What is the last date? So for SPA Delhi, last date is 27th of March, and I think for SPA Vijayawada, 2nd April, and Bhopal is 1st April. So please look into that. It's directly there on their respective websites. See, okay, this is a good question. Some of you have a good gate score, and you are wondering if you should apply for direct admission or go through CCMT, right? So now in this case, where you are confused, so what we suggest is apply for direct admission as well and apply from CCMT as well. So let's say the direct admission process gets over in another month and CCMT begins way later in, let's say, June or something. So assuming that you've gotten through direct admission as well as you later on get admission through your CCMT score as well, at that time you can leave your seat of direct admission. Why leave this seat is primarily because through CCMT, if you get in, you will also get your gate stipend. Whereas for direct admission, even if you've qualified gate, you will not get your stipend. Okay. So this is a better safety net, better safety net that you will have. Okay. Does the college website provide info about placements? No, it does not. That is why we are conducting these sessions. We have conducted one yesterday with respect to SPA Delhi also. See that, Karunya, I think I've addressed this question. SPA or B better for environmental planning? Both are equally good. No, see, please apply for direct admissions at SPA, even if you've qualified GATE, and do apply for direct admission. And once the CCMT process starts, apply through that as well, right? Like I just explained, let or keep that safety net for yourself. Yeah, we will be having a different session of the CCMT process. CCMT process starts very late, okay, in the month of May or June. So we will be conducting a session on that. There are at least 3 to 4 rounds. You have a national round, etc. Cutoff for IIT Delhi for construction management. Like I said, we'll be sharing a PDF later on. SPA Delhi that I personally know of has more than 100% of campus placement. Each candidate is getting offers from 2 to 3 different in what do you say companies, especially at SPA Delhi. That is what I personally know of in terms of the placement, Diksha. Um, Possible government jobs. Like I said, your airport authority is recruiting directly on the basis of GATE score. Other than that, even when you studied for GATE, right? And when you go give certain state government exam, let's say, or any other exam, the syllabus is very, very similar. The base is not going to change. Your architecture is not going to change, right? Or maybe planning. So the base remains the same. So even after you've studied GATE, this majorly helps you while you're again preparing for different government jobs. Fine. Uh, yes, so there are, James, there are questions. In some cases, it's MCQs. In some cases, you have to write descriptive questions depending on various courses at various SPs. Okay. So NITs, say for NITs, again, the process is through CCMT application only. Okay. Can you give some guidance regarding portfolio? We've already conducted a session last week regarding the portfolio preparation and SOP writing for your SPs. You can, I think the link is already shared. We'll share the link again in the group. Rashmi, cutoffs for NITs in planning. Various NITs have different cutoffs. I'll just so yes, you have IIT Shibpur also with this cutoff. NIT Patna between 506 to 423. All of these NIT Calicut, Jaipur, Nagpur, Surat, Bhopal, right? 467, 506, 623 for Jaipur, 612 for Calicut. Okay. Uh, yes, Shrutika, you can. Again, once the application process starts, please do apply there. So just to clarify, IITs have their own different admission process only on the basis of GATE score. So IITs do not admit through the CCMT process. Your CCMT process is only for your NITs and SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada. Okay. James, again, though SPA Delhi has direct admission, the GATE qualified students do get a stipend at SPA Delhi. Okay, unlike SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada. Okay, Anup, what if I'm offered at SEP by the end of May and later I get into NITs, IITs through CCMT, even though I would want to leave SEPT, I have already paid some of amount of admission, which is okay. In this case, they do give you a certain refund. Of course, they will cut out some money and give you the remaining refund. That happens, and yeah, so it's not that all the money or the amount that you've paid is going to go off. So there is a refund process at SEPT also. Cutoff for sustainable at NITs and SPs. Okay, just a minute. Okay. So for NIT Tirchi last year it was between 645 to 525. Hamirpur 539 to 422. Patna 523 to 381. And for Vijayawada, the highest as compared to all its other branches, 752 to 657. Okay. Are NITs and IITs good in compared to campus selection for M.Des? Sorry, I didn't understand the question. Can you elaborate a bit? Diksha? So, James, this what question is this for admission with GATE, no interview? This is regarding SPAs or IITs or NITs? Yes, Akash, BEM at SPA Delhi has 100% placement and is a good choice. So for IITs have their separate admission process. Each IIT puts it up on their respective website. Okay. And as far as NITs are concerned, for them, this CCMT process that is their central counseling process, that is what is applicable for NITs. Clear? Okay, James, can you just elaborate admission with no for GATE, no interview? Like direct admission has interview, yes, but GATE CCMT doesn't. Yes, it does not. GATE CCMT does not have interview at SPA or NIT. Direct admission. No interview, no nothing through the centralized process. Okay, I'll go back to transportation. Different IITs have their different deadlines, so we will keep on updating in the groups as well. Along with that, you also please keep checking and keep track of various IITs. Okay. So IIT Kanpur is really, really good for M.Des. We have some students from Exam Assure who have gotten into IIT Kanpur for M.Des as well. Really can't comment on this, Urnaba. It is completely based on the scores of the applicant. So it would be really wrong to give you any random figure. Okay. Anything else related to this? Public policy at IIT Delhi. Yes, they also have a PhD for the same. With respect to public policy, I think we can arrange for another lecture. We have a few students who are pursuing that, a few acquaintances with respect to IIT Delhi specifically. Okay. But in terms of what is the outcome or what the course gives you is primarily the designing, or let's say how the government makes policies, right? So what kind of policies are made, how it is made for the public, and in terms of uh, what criterias or what types of surveys, analysis, etc. needs to be done, how it has to be processed for implementation at a larger scale, let's say at your state level or national level. Plus, what you would get after passing out is the opportunity to work with institutions who help government design these policies as well. Or you have various NGOs working for the same. Is it better to choose IIT or SPA? Both are equally good in their respective courses that they offer. Okay. So, ma'am, closing score for IIT in plan. Yeah, like I said, Rashmi, we'll be sharing a PDF of that later on in your WhatsApp group. So stay tuned in the group. Uh, could B.Tech other branches also apply? See, other than civil, you might even uh, not be able to fill for gate architecture, because for gate architecture you need your uh, qualification, or let's say you need to show that you are pursuing architecture or planning or civil engineering. Other than that, none of the other streams would be eligible to apply even for gate architecture. And other than that, as far as admission criteria are also concerned, you have different institutes where they clearly mention that you need a graduation in civil architecture or B plan to take up this particular course. Okay. COAP, again, the dates are not yet out. We will be letting you know, Anup. Don't worry. I've heard NITs are more technical. What does it mean? More maths, more rules, regulation. No, see, primarily, if you see NITs, IITs are more have that engineering base. Okay. Whereas if you see SPAs, they have the more design oriented or architecture base. As institutes, let's say, why were IIT started? Primarily for the field of engineering, correct? Whereas SPAs were never started for engineering, they were started for architecture and planning. So the focus is on that. Okay, this is only for your 1 minute. Let me just check, Anup. Can you reshare the link? Okay, yes. So for IITs, the process has started on 19th March. Thank you, Anup, for updating us. Yes. Any other questions, anybody with respect to IITs and NITs? The seats which was there in seat matrix are the seats. No, it's all combined. Total. As in James, we can apply for 2 branches in GATE from what I can remember. So clarification, like I can attend only GATE architectural civil like that. So see, if you are from architecture background, you can you would have to give GATE architecture. But let's say if you're from civil, right, you can choose between architecture and civil. Or even if you're from planning background, you would have to give architecture. And again, there you have these options, right, of planning and architecture within the GATE architecture paper also. Okay. NIT Tirchi has the best sustainable architecture course currently, and SPA Vijayawada too. Okay, Maria. Anybody, any more questions? Anything else? Yes. Okay. I hope all of your queries are answered. All of your doubts are cleared. All of your queries are answered. In case if you have any more queries, you could get in touch with us directly. We would be more than happy to help you. Goresh, is this are you talking about SPA Delhi? If yes, then you can only apply for one course. You cannot apply for 2 courses at SPA Delhi. No, you can apply only for one course. If you apply for two, both are rejected in the process. It's clearly mentioned. Okay, Akanksha, government jobs, I've clearly mentioned that right now your airport authority is recruiting based on gate score, right? See, SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada do, not SPA Delhi. No, just check once. Akash, just cross check once. How is NIT Hamirpur for sustainable architecture? The best NIT, like I said, Maria earlier, is your NIT Tiruchi. Okay. Marginally miss gate cutoff, still receive scorecard. So see, again, CCMT process, again, the qualification, I mean, what do you say? You need to have qualified gate, right? So again, that would not be eligible for application to CCMT process. Okay, maybe this year they have started with multiple applications for SPA Delhi. Until last year, it was only one course that you can apply for. Okay, so then you can apply for both, no problem. You will have to give different interviews for each different course that you apply for. They will be conducting different interviews. your dates and everything would be given to you. So you would have to attend all different interviews. Yes, SPA Delhi does provide placement in housing. Okay. Okay, thank you, Akash, for letting us know. Maybe this year they've changed the policy, but until last year it was only one course. Andhra PSC exam center, the state's PPL can to apply, but exam center will be in EPT. Sorry, I didn't get your question, James. Okay, so do stay tuned in the WhatsApp groups. We will be sharing the PDFs related to IITs as well. And thank you, same portfolio. Yeah, you can, of course, no, you are one person, you worked on one particular thing. How do you show different portfolios? You can show the same portfolio twice. Let's say when you're talking about urban design, when you're giving the urban design interview, focus on the urban design aspects in your portfolio. When you're talking about, let's say, conservation, focus on conservation aspects. Or when you're talking about giving the urban planning interview, focus more on that, okay, in your portfolio. So that is how you will have to curate your interview. Okay, Gaurish? Yes. So hope this session was helpful for all of you. And do let us know if you would like us to conduct any other sessions like this, or where you have more doubts, more queries. We would be more than happy to help. Yes, James, the exam center will be in Andhra only. Do SPA Delhi have direct admissions without gate? Yes, they do. You can apply even if you have not qualified GATE or not attempted or given GATE exam. Okay. So thank you. Please let us know if you want us to conduct any more sessions regarding any other queries that you have for this entire admission process. Okay. So we will be having a few more sessions related to SPA Bhopal and Vijayawada. The details will be shared in your group soon. So thank you and all the best.